Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the FBC Centre in Wokingham. If COVID-19 hasn't made you sad, at least you're here watching this live stream of Kings versus Bears. First game up will be Kings' second team against Bears' third team in Division 3, Central and Southwest. Let's have a quick look at the table. But before we do that, let's introduce our cameraman for today. We've got my father, unfortunately. Ren couldn't be here. But instead we have got Harry Mark. Say hello, Harry Mark.
Hello.
He is indeed very hairy. But let's take a look at the league table going into this, before this match. We see at the moment 9 games played. Swansea Storm are top of the league, 7 wins, 2 defeats. Kings currently in second with 5 wins, 4 losses and 1 void match, which was the game against Derby Woolblazers. Unfortunately, we could not get that one rescheduled. So Kings and Woolblazers will go down as a void game. In third place though, undefeated, only played 7 matches so far, are Plymouth Raiders, second team. And in 5th position today, you'll see the Bears currently played 7 with a 5-2 record. So both teams will be looking to get their 6th victory here today. Blackhawks, of course, bottom of the table, 9 played, 9 defeats. Filling out the table, we've also got the CWBA 3rd team and 6th, and that pretty much concludes our 3rd division table. It's going to be an interesting game here. Moving forward, there is roughly, and I can't quite make out how many minutes are on the clock. Is it 4 minutes left?
4 minutes, yeah.
Yep, so we're doing pretty well here on the time. Teams are both warming up. So this one will begin shortly. Both teams have got pretty wide selection to pick from today, all things considered. Kings are not 5-0 up, by the way. That's just me playing around with the scoreboard to get it working this morning. I will get that fixed. Here are the Thames Valley Kings, of course, with the COVID-19 virus going around. We actually have set up some videos for everybody to kind of see. This one's about washing your hands.
Between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers and clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists. Rinse your hands really well with water and dry them thoroughly with a paper towel. Use the towel to turn off the tap. Your hands are now clean. Hand sanitizer is a convenient alternative to hand washing if there's no soap and water available, and as long as your hands aren't visibly dirty. Apply sanitizer, rub your hands palm to palm, and wash the backs of both hands and in between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers interlocked. Clasp your hands together and rub, and then clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists.
Hi everyone, if you're just joining us, there's about 2 minutes 17 left on the clock. The 3-minute buzzer has just gone. We welcome you to this Division 3 game between the Kings' second team and the Bears' third team.
Something is happening in the UK at the moment. More and more people are getting obese, and that number is only going one way. The number of people with various mental disorders is on the rise. I'm seeing more and more people walk through my door, not looking forward to the next day in their lives. I want to buck the trend, and I truly believe that therapy size could be the missing piece in your jigsaw of life. When you want to sort out your body, you go and see a PT or fitness professional. When you want to sort out your head, you might go and see a therapist or a psychologist. Well, I'm telling you now, you can do both at the same time and under one roof. And that roof is therapy size. There is no one size fits all when it comes to the most important project you're ever going to work on. That project is you. It deserves your full attention. Affirmations, meditation, mindfulness, cognitive priming, flexibility, strength training, boxing, conditioning. I'm pretty sure I have the right tools that are perfect for you. I've had clients lose the amount of weight that's in this dumbbell, but the key is finding out what you actually want and then together devising a plan of action. All coaching is done here at the Hub or online at home. It really is up to you. You decide.
And this one is just about to get started, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy this as much as we are bringing this to you. This is going to be the Division 3 game in the Central and Southwest Division between the Kings' second team and the Bears' third team. We are just going to get prepared for tip-off right about now.
I hope you enjoyed it. It's not very, it's not very flat. And look at it all there. It's terrible. And that's the floors.
That's the floor's at an angle, yeah. Unfortunately here, Harry Mark is a bit of a perfectionist. He's not impressed with the angle of the camera.
No, not happy.
He's not a happy young man. You will notice that there are no customary handshakes today. You can thank COVID-19 for that. But we're just going to get this one up and running. So this is Kings 2, Bears 3. Kings win the tip-off. Here it goes to young Yaz. Pair of options ready for him. Goes to Peter Rapley. Peter Rapley with the ball up in the air. It bounces down. The Bears on the offense now. Bears have got plenty of options floating around. Ball goes out of play. Be an end line ball for the Bears. This Bears team have also got a Premier League side who hopefully Kings will be facing next season. We look forward to that one. Great defending here from Kings. Shot goes up, goes nowhere, goes back to Yazif. It comes off the chair. And Yaz is up the ball, up the court. He's past the halfway line. About 9 minutes left in this first quarter. Goes to Maurice. Baller pulls it up, he hits the rim, comes down to Joseph Humphreys, goes into Yards, it drives, hits the rim, comes down. It's a Bears ball. Bears number 12 with the ball. Surveying his options here. And at Kings defence blocking them out. Ball goes wide to Kings 14. To Bears 14. Back to Bears 12. You've got to wonder how far into the 24 we are. Ball goes forward. It's a 2 shots. And Reece Barker from the Kings assistant coach didn't like that call particularly well. And it will be Bears 2 shots. And there's Rich's head going under the camera.
Yes, that ducked in quite well, didn't it?
Hits the rim, comes off. 1 shot remaining. Thanks, Rich. First blood to the Bears. Nope. So Joe Humphreys is moving the ball upfield, or up court rather. Bloomfield's in there. Bloomfield takes the shot. Doesn't go anywhere. Goes to Rapley. Rapley gets it in. Finishes off for 2. Kings with a 1-point lead early in this first quarter with 7 minutes 58 to play. Oh, Rapley, it's a steal from Rapley off the Bears 42. Rapley is surveying his options here. It goes to Humphreys. Humphreys with a finger roll, and it's in. Kings extend their lead to 3 points now. Whistle has gone. Loose ball, perhaps. And it will be Bears 33 to bring it in. Kings trying to play a 2-man high line, didn't quite work. And it's 42 with the ball into number 12 from Bears, who gets the shot up, hits the rim, comes down to Peter Rapley. But the ball is recovered by Bears 33. So 42 from Bears with the ball. Off to number 12 from the Bears. Great passing movement here from the Bears. Number 14 trying a shot. She's trying the ball, but it's actually Corey Bloomfield, 18 from Kings. And it's a whistle blown on number 30 for the Bears, I believe. Kings will be bringing the ball in from the halfway line. There's 7 minutes 8 left on the clock. On behalf of everybody from the Thames Valley Kings, we hope you enjoy this match as much as we are bringing it to you, as it's Yaz with the ball, number 23 from Kings. Pass is too high, but it's Peter Rapley diving in. The player is actually injured here. He looks like he had a slap to the face. It's an end-line white ball. It's end-line white there. I hope he's okay. That was a bit of a slap to the face. I don't know where it came from. Peter Rapley with the ball up. Hits the rim, comes down to Joseph Humphreys. Unfortunately, he could not get the ball in, and it's back to Bears 42. Over the 14 Bears. It's number 15. That's Mo Dula to Peter Rapley, who finishes off the ball. Kings extend their lead to 5 points. 6-1 the score, 6 minutes 26 left on the clock. This is young number 40 from Bears. I believe that's Ewan. He's the head coach of the Blackpool women's team. It's nice to see him. Here down, ball goes up and over, but gets recovered by Corey Bloomfield, number 18. Kings on the charge again, 6 minutes on the clock. Ball gets defended out by Black 42. It will be a Kings ball from the end line. 5:59 on the clock. We hope you enjoy this match as much as we are bringing it to you, especially with COVID-19 doing the rounds. We hope you're safe wherever you are. as Peter Rapley puts the shot up. Doesn't hit the rim, comes down, is recovered by Bears number 42. Bears 12 with the ball now. Across to Ewan from the Bears. I don't know his number, I can't quite see it. It's number 40, Ewan. Number 12 for the Bears. Bears, he will take the shot. Hits the rim, goes down with a little bit of tickle. And the deficit is now 3 points. This, of course, is a Division 3 Central Southwest game between the Thames Valley Kings 2 and the Bears 3. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. As young Yaz brings the ball up, he's got many options, but takes the shot and gets it in. It's a fantastic shot from the young man. The lead is now 5 again. Ball goes across, he just manages to get it, number 12 from Bears. And the whistle goes, it's an offensive charge. So it will be a white ball there. Kings up by 3. There's 4 minutes 55 on the clock. It's a timeout called by the Bears. So we'll join you back in a couple of seconds. We've just got to say a shout out to a couple of our sponsors here. And we at the Thames Valley Kings thank the following for their continuing support. Of course, the Fundamental Coach Chris, the Wokingham Paper, Berkshire Community Foundation, some fantastic work that they're doing for the local community. Kennet Radio in the Newbury Thatcham area, 106.7, also online at Kennet Radio if you have a smart speaker. Also the Newbury Weekly News, who cover the news in that area. Thank you all for your continuing support of the Thames Valley Kings. As we go into this timeout, 8-3 in the first quarter with 4 minutes 55 on the clock. Unfortunately, I've forgotten to place the graphics to indicate that it's a timeout, which I'm just doing now. I do apologise for that. That's what you get when you get an amateur trying to do a professional sport. Here we go. As we continue the game, it's still 8-3. And it's young Yaz with the ball. Goes up to Peter Rapley. The arm is up. He will take the shot. The whistle's gone. It's a 2. It's going to be probably another shot on the line. I'd like to remind the Kings players not to high five. Rapley hits the ring, but there's a whistle gone. He's gone past the line. And he's arguing with the ref, but the referee's not having any of it today. So it's 10-3 to Kings. We will fix the scoreboard issue in a second. Bear with me. As it's Bears 12 with the ball. It's a long pass, but it goes nowhere. Kings will recover the ball. As it's young Joe Humphreys with the ball on the right hand side here. That is my right. He's gone around the key. But he's lost the ball. And it will be quickly recovered after that pass. And it's Mo Dollar with the ball. Ball goes up, hits the ring. I apologise for that. The referee walked in front of the camera then, but that's fine. as it's Bears with the ball, and it's Peter Rapley who steals it back. Kings with the ball up, and it's gone in. Number 2 for the Kings there. Bears number 33 with the ball. Ball goes out to number 14 from the Bears. Shot goes up, the shot goes in. That's a fantastic shot from the Bears. You barely contain my excitement when that one went in. And Kings will try and recover that. It's 12-5. 2 minutes 43 left on the clock. Ball goes into Peter Rapley. Ball goes up, hits the ring, comes back to Rapley. And Rapley gets another 2 points. Ball kind of bounced around a little bit there. And Bears have upped the tempo a little bit. Number 12 pushing the ball up the court. Goes to number 42 from the Bears. He's looking to take the shot, takes the shot, hits the ring, comes down to Joseph Humphreys, and he'll bring the ball up the court. There's 1:56 left on the clock. And we thank Harry Mark for being the cameraman here. This is a 2-man job. Peter Rapley with a long shot, goes in, bounces down. Kings extend their lead. It's an 11-point game now in this Division 3 Central Southwest fixture. 1:30 on the clock in this first quarter. Number 12, it's a long shot. Oh, he's off court. It's 2 shots. It's a white push. It's 2 shots to Bears here. Perfect shot. That's what you want from a player from his lines, taking his advantages. 16-7 here. As Kings bring the ball up the court, it's Mo Dala with the ball, looking for options. It goes to Yaz. Yaz with a pass into Peter Rapley. It's very strong. Rapley couldn't quite hold that. So it is Kings end line play, and Joe Humphreys will be the one bringing it in. Quick reminder of team fouls here. And it's 18-7, 49 seconds left on the clock. And it's a battle down here in this half-court area, applying the pressure onto the Bears. Number 42 though, it's a defensive charge there. Peter Rapley, number 13 from the Kings, had his hands on the wheels. And it's an 11-point game here. It's 18-7 with 31 seconds left on the clock as Yaz and Joseph Humphreys bring the ball up. A couple of the first team have just arrived as well. We've got the cleaner and of course the Queen herself, Adele, has just joined to watch this game. You can catch the Division 1 game shortly after this one. as there are 4 seconds left. Some great defensive work here. The buzzer's gone. It's the end of the first quarter and Kings lead 18-7. And we would like to take this opportunity again to thank the following for their continuing support of the Thames Valley Kings. The fundamental coach, Chris. He's working with our Division 1 team now and has put in such a great positive philosophy onto that team. Also to the Wokingham paper who cover the Wokingham area. Some great articles in there recently about the Thames Valley Kings, and we thank them for their continued support. Warwickshire Community Foundation, some stellar work coming out from those guys, really helping the community and helping the Thames Valley Kings provide equipment and the ability for us to play this great sport. Also our friends at Kennet Radio, especially to the guys at Saturday Sports at 106.7 in Newbury Thatcham area. Huge shout out to Steve there from the Kennet Radio team. Hope he enjoys his session today. Not much sport going on, but if you are here, I hope you're enjoying watching this stream. And the Newbury Weekly News covering the Newbury Thatcham area and also North Hampshire. And we thank them for their continuing support. At the end of this first quarter of this Division 3 game, it's Kings who lead 18-7. Fantastic first quarter of action there from both sides. Very competitive matchup. We look forward to see the rest of this one. Welcome back to this game for the second quarter. 18-7 currently the score. We thank Harry Mark for being the cameraman today. And it will be Bears who will kick off this second quarter, being brought in by the number 12. And he passes it off quickly to number 33. Kings are set up in a nice formation in defence, really trying to keep out this Bears team. Ball with number 14 from Bears, over to number 42, but it's a call. It's a 3-second call. He's in the key, longer than he's allowed. We thank you wherever you are tuning in to this live stream. Kings 2 versus Bears 3 is the first game today, Division 3 Central Southwest, with 9:33 on the clock, and it's Yaz with the ball. And there's a foul there on number 33 from Bears. It's an end-line play for the Kings. Connell is trying to drive in for the Kings, number 21. Ball goes into Yaz, but it's dropped back into Connell's arms, and Connell with a fantastic 2-pointer. That takes the score to 27. And you can sense the intensity here from the Bears. Ball goes loose, it's picked up by Connell. Over to Yaz. Yaz is really coming on as a ball handler this season. It's been fantastic seeing him grow as a player. He's bringing the ball up, he's looking for options. And he's kind of getting frustrated. He takes the long shot, hits the rim, comes down to number 33 from the Bears. As number 42 Bears with the ball now. And the ball is going around by the Bears very nicely around the top of that key. They've got a good passing game going on. Can't be down much left. There's a long shot, hits the rim, comes down. It's deflected off the Bears player, but goes straight to Yaz, number 23 from Kings. Oh, and he gets the ball pushed off. It's a Bears ball. The Kings, the intensity has been picked up from this Bears team. It's great to see a competitive match like this, as number 33 brings the ball up for Bears. Trying to drive in there. Got to be careful not to get an offensive charge against him. She goes round the back. And King will want to defend that better next time. It's 2 shots given away there from Connell, the number 14 of the Bears. So it's Bears with 2 shots here. Score remains 27. There's 7:29 on the clock. 2 shots for Bears. She gets the first one. And gets the second one. This Bears team, I don't think they have missed a free throw yet. And it really goes to show what the Bears Academy are doing with their training with their free throws. Perfection here to come away and grab 100% on free throws so far in the game. The ball is loose. Yaz and number 42 from Bears having a bit of a fight here, as Bloomfield has the ball, number Kings, number 18. Ball goes in the corner, but goes straight to number 12, but there is a whistle blown. 42 black is the foul. Game remains 29. That's his first personal, by the way, 42 black. Ball goes in from Yaz, but unfortunately comes off the rim, doesn't go in. And Connell defending there right in front of camera. That's some good defending work there. If you're a youngster watching this game, I hope you picked up some tips there on how to defend the ball coming up. As Ewan, number 14 from Bears, it's a nice little pass, but unfortunately the ball is picked and the ball is loose. It's come off Connell, and Connell's managed to pick the ball out. He's got those long arms. He's a very tall chap. I think he's something like 6'4" these days. He's a very tall player. With argument 42, arguing with the ref. And there is a sub coming on for Bears. As the ball comes in to Connell from Wayne Burton. Wayne, of course, is a Liverpool supporter, and he's upset, probably going to be upset that the Premier League has been suspended. But hey, we're here in Warwickshire basketball. If you're watching and you're a football fan, you're in the wrong sport. And here we go here. It's Bloomfield, number 18, goes back into Connell. Connell with the shot, goes up, hits the rim, comes down. It's recovered by 42 from the Bears. And he's having a fight with Wayne Burton there. It's 96, it's a foul there on Wade. It's an end-line play. That'll be his first personal. And a friendly reminder of team fouls in this quarter. Bears on 3, Kings on 2. Game is still 29 and there's 5 minutes 55 left in the quarter. Shot goes up from number 33, hits the rim, comes down, it comes off Bloomfield, so it will be a Bears ball. Try saying that 3 times fast. The ball comes in, it's Bears 33 with the ball. Over to number 14, I believe, and the ball goes over, and it's Alice Mitchin that's hit the floor. And I think she has hurt herself. I can hear her crying. And we're going to need some assistance here to pick Alice off of the floor. And Alice has come out of the chair. It's going to be an inline black when it comes back. The game is obviously stopped here. It's 5 minutes 35 seconds left in this half. So it's going to be an inline black ball. And Alice is just sorting out her straps. Chance for a bit of a breather here from both teams. There's a round of applause comes up from the fans here. Always great to see the sportsmanship here. Friendly reminder of the team fouls. 3 apiece for both teams. Bit of a high difference there from Mitchell. Goes in, ball goes up, goes to Bloomfield. He'll recover that, turns away and moves up the field. It's nice to see Bloomfield also, the amount of improvement we've seen from him as the ball goes to Wayne Burton. Wayne Burton passes the ball back. Bloomfield wasn't expecting it. It gets taken away by the Bears, number 42. The ball goes up the field to number 12. It's a long pass to 16, but she's unable to control the ball and it goes back to Corey Bloomfield. To Connell, number 21. Sorry, I got the names confused there. Yaz, number 23. Oh, ball goes off, but it goes back to Wayne Burton here on the side. You can't quite see it on the camera. Camera comes in. Ball goes up, and it's too high for Alice Mitchin. And it's going to be a black inline ball. Ooh. Let's put the away score back on. I apologise, I'm just setting up the screen. And it's a timeout being called by the Bears again. That's their second of the half. Quick little shout out again to our sponsors, and we thank them very much for continuing to support us. Fundamental coach Chris, who works exclusively with our Division 1 team and has that positive. If you meet the guy, he is phenomenal. The happiest guy I think I've ever met. We've also got to thank the Wokingham paper for covering the sport in the Wokingham area. Newbury Weekly News as well for covering the sport in the Newbury area, as well as Fatcham and North Hants. And we've also got the Berkshire Community Foundation, who we would like to thank. They've supported us in the past, given us some great amount of money that has helped us supply chairs for our players to play in, as well as Kennet Radio 106.7 and Saturday Sport from 3 o'clock with my friend Steve. Big shout out to him. Hopefully he's following this game. A huge shout out to everybody watching this game over the live stream. And we thank you for this double header between the Kings and the Warwickshire Bears. This match, of course, is our Division 3 game between the Kings' second team and the Bears' third team. Stick around, after this is going to be our main event, the Division 1 game between the Kings and Bears 2 in Division 1 South. I cannot wait for that one personally. So it's Bears 14 with the ball, goes into 16. Shot goes up, bounces out. That's an unlucky ball, but it goes to Connell, number 21, and goes to Yaz, number 23, the ball handler. He's assessing his situation. I wonder where he's going to end up passing the ball to. Whistle's gone. 16 black. Moving back in the chair. It's going to be an inline result for the Kings. And one of the things that the Bears will need to be careful here is that they're going to be on 4 fouls now, so it's very close to being in foul trouble. They won't want to give anything away. Number 12 with the Bears with the ball now. Ball is taken off his hands by O'Donovan, but unfortunately it's going to be a black ball on the end line. So we've got 3:47 left in the half. It's 29 to the Kings. Second team against the Bears' third team. Wherever you are today, we hope you are safe. As the ball goes up from number 33 from Bears, hits the rim and bounces out. Bit of a press being put on. Connor will pick the ball up from there. Press broken. And here we go with Kings number 23. There's some fast ball belted in. Ball goes up. I don't know who the pass was to. It's going to be a Bears ball. They need to just relax slightly. Kings here. Score remains 29. 3:16 left in the quarter. Ball goes into Bears 14, hits the rim, comes down, goes back to Bears 14. She's unable to control it, but it is picked up. No, it's not picked up by number 16 Bears. It is picked up by 42, and that was incredibly close to the halfway line there. I'm surprised the back court wasn't called. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down. Ball goes to Yaz. There's a lot of pressure here. There's 3-man press. Bears are unable to cover the ball, number 42. Ball goes up to Connell, number 21. Yaz is free for a bit. Goes to Alice Mitchin. She passes it back to Bloomfield. Bloomfield with a shot, and it bounces off the ring and into the basket. Woo! Try and keep up here if you're at home. It's 22-9. It's a 13-point game. 2 minutes, 12 left on the clock in the quarter. And wherever you are, we thank you for coming here to watch this game as number 42 gets the ball up. And that has finally got Bears into double figures in that quarter. As the ball now is played up to Connell, who takes it to Yaz. Kings are getting a little bit frustrated at the moment. 22-11, and Kings will want to recover that ball. Ball goes back out to 42 on the rebound. No, sorry, number 12 to number 16 from Bears. That's number 16 from Bears with the ball. They're moving the ball around nicely. Ball shot goes up but does not hit the rim. Bounces out of play. 1:15 left in this quarter, and in fact the half. So there is a 2-man press going on here. Kings will want to move the ball quickly. Ball goes up to Connell. That's number 23. Yaz has got the ball. He still has the ball. He's getting frustrated, and that's a shot there, probably from Wade, but no. And the whistle's gone. And it's a Kings inline play with Wayne Burton with the ball and to Yaz. And Yaz has got clear traffic and goes up. I think that's probably 2 shots. It's holding, it's to 2 shots to Yaz. If the rim comes down, goes to a Bears player. Just to update you here, Bears are in foul trouble. Kings are on 3 fouls, 32 seconds left in the quarter. Ball's up to number 12. Pass doesn't come off. Goes to Connell. Connell's bringing up the field here. Very fast-paced action here in this position. 3 goals. Falls down. It won't count, the whistle's already gone. He's fallen out the back of his chair, he's come out. I hope he's alright. And it's going to be an inline play from the Thames Valley Kings here. Goes to Corey, goes to Connell, doesn't get a shot off, goes to 12 for Bears. The throw goes straight to Yaz. Number 23, ball goes up, hits the rim, goes down to O'Donovan. O'Donovan finishes it. Kings extend their lead. And that was at the buzzer, so half time now. It's 24-11. And I expect we will have a 10-minute half-time break. And we thank you for joining us for this first half. And whilst that goes on, we've got a few messages from our supporters. We will catch you after the halftime break.
Something is happening in the UK at the moment. More and more people are getting obese, and that number is only going one way. The number of people with various mental disorders is on the rise. I'm seeing more and more people walk through my door, not looking forward to the next day in their lives. I want to buck the trend, and I truly believe that therapy size could be the missing piece in your jigsaw of life. When you want to sort out your body, you go and see a PT or fitness professional. When you want to sort out your head, you might go and see a therapist or a psychologist. Well, I'm telling you now, you can do both at the same time and under one roof. And that roof is therapy size. There is no one size fits all when it comes to the most important project you're ever going to work on. That project is you. It deserves your full attention. Affirmations, meditation, mindfulness, cognitive priming, flexibility, strength training, boxing, conditioning. I'm pretty sure I have the right tools that are perfect for you. I've had clients lose the amount of weight that's in this dumbbell, but the key is finding out what you actually want and then together devising a plan of action. All coaching is done here at the Hub or online at home. It really is up to you. You decide.
Hand sanitizer is a convenient alternative to hand washing if there's no soap and water available, and as long as your hands aren't visibly dirty. Apply sanitizer, rub your hands palm to palm, and wash the backs of both hands and in between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers interlocked. Clasp your hands together and rub, and then clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists. Wet your hands with water. Apply soap Rub your hands palm to palm and wash the backs of both hands and in between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers interlocked. Clasp your hands together and rub. And then clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists. Rinse your hands really well with water and dry them thoroughly with a paper towel. Use the towel to turn off the tap. Your hands are now clean. Hand sanitizer is a convenient alternative to hand washing if there's no soap and water available, and as long as your hands aren't visibly dirty. Apply sanitizer, rub your hands palm to palm, and wash the backs of both hands and in between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers interlocked. Clasp your hands together and rub. And then clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists. Wet your hands with water. Apply soap, rub your hands palm to palm and wash the backs of both hands and in between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers interlocked. Clasp your hands together and rub. And then clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists. Rinse your hands really well with water and dry them thoroughly with a paper towel. Use the towel to turn off the tap. Your hands are now clean.
maybe change their drink. Oh.
Okay, guys, welcome back. We do thank you for joining us for this stream. We have noticed that a lot of you are dropping off at half time. I mean, stick around. I mean, if need be, talk to us over the YouTube and we'll give you a shout out. But this is the half time of the Division 3 game between the Thames Valley Kings, second team, and the Warwickshire Bears, third team. And wherever you are in the world, we thank you for tuning in. So we're just about to get the third quarter underway here. We hope you all will enjoy your half-time cuppa. Score at half-time is 24-11 as we get this third quarter underway. Okay, Kings are back and will be shooting on the right-hand basket on your screen. Bears will be going from right to left. Here we go, third quarter, Division 3, Kings 2, Bears 3. And it's Bears with the ball now. 12 goes off, hands on the ball, shot goes up, bounces down, Rapley recovers as Liam Barker runs across the screen. Okay, we've got Yasmin, we're just a little bit off with the camera, but it's Joe Humphreys with the ball, goes over to Corey Bloomfield with a shot up, and it's a 2. Kings lead now by 15. And Rapley is pushing the pressure on and recovers the ball. The Kings with the ball down here. Goes over to Joseph Humphreys. Ball goes up, goes over, goes to Yasmin, hits the ring, comes down. He passes it back out to Bloomfield. And whistle's gone. 2 to come for Bloomfield. Foul on the Bears. Hits the ring on the first shot. We'll go up to the line again though. Second shot. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down, is defended by a Bears player. Ball is knocked by Yaz. Goes to Peter Rapley, gets the 2 up, and that's another 2 for Kings. Kings 28, Bears 11 in this Division 3 matchup. And these guys, there's a huge amount of battle going on in this mid-court, but it's number 12 from Bears that throws the ball in. He leads it up, comes off the backboard, hits the rim. That's unlucky. Number 4, Young Henry, passes the ball out, but it's intercepted by number 42. And Peter Rapley gets the ball again, but the whistle has been blown. And it's a foul on Peter Rapley. And it's Bears with the ball. Great defending here from the Kings. Ball goes up. Rebound. Hits the ball. Goes down. The 2 will count. But so 23 and 1 to come. Deficit now is 15 points. 28-13 Kings. 7:45 on the clock. The ball is short. It's unlucky there. It's King's ball now. 7:44 left. 28-13 is a 15-point lead for the Kings. And wherever you are in the world, we thank you for coming down and watching this stream. It's our pleasure to bring you it. There's Joe Humphreys with the ball. It's defended out by Bears, but Humphreys gets the ball again. Goes to Peter Rapley. Peter Rapley is coming along. Ball goes up, doesn't hit the rim, just goes off. Doesn't even hit the backboard, comes off. And Bears will recover the ball. 7:16 left. And it's number 12 for Bears with the ball. He'll take a shot from there, hits the rim, comes down, is recovered by Peter Rapley, number 13 for Kings. As Rapley takes the ball up, Humphreys goes, takes the pick. Rapley's free, he's an easy channel. Ball goes into young Henry. Henry will want to try and take the shot, but unfortunately he's surrounded by Bears players, doesn't get it off. And young Liam Barker runs across the screen again as Bears take the ball. Kings with a three-man press. Picking holes in this defence. Bears get it over the halfway line. It goes to number 33. Number 33 now with the ball. Goes to number 12. And Yaz, he knows he's done a mistake, but it goes for two. No, it's an inline play. I thought that would have been a shot. As he was preparing to take the shot. Yaz incredibly lucky there not to give away two shots. Ball goes in, number 12 for Bears. He's figuring what he wants to do with that ball. And he'll take the shot himself, hits the rim, comes down, goes to number 4. Young Henry, first season in the National League, but unfortunately, Yaz with the pass that gets blocked, and now it's Bears who pick the ball up with number 14 to number 42, over to number 12, and ball goes in, goes to 16, comes back to number 6, Joseph Humphreys. Hope you're following my commentary here. This is a fast-paced game. Number 13, Peter Rapley now with the ball running up the side, goes to Yaz, number 23. He's thinking about taking a shot. There's a foul called. Number 42, Black, the foul is on. And that is his third foul, personal foul of the day. And second from the Bears. Ball goes into Kings. Joe Humphreys hits the ring, goes back to Henry. Henry throws the ball, it goes over his head and goes straight to number 42 of Bears, who's unable to control it. The ball rolls off the ball. It will be a Kings ball. And I thought a Division 1 game was hard to commentate. This one is a slobber knocker. Slobber knocker. I love that word. Spirit of good old JR there from the 1990s. Henry with the ball, hits the rim, comes down, goes to Rapley. He hits the rim, goes down. Ball is deflected off by a Bears player. And it's young Ewan of the Bears, number 40. Who picks the ball up, goes back to number 23 yards, but the ball is off and it will be a Kings ball for some reason. I hope you're keeping up with this commentary because I'm not, and I'm the one delivering it. Number 42 from Bears goes to number 33, over the halfway line to number 42 from Bears. It's a dodgy pass there and the ball rolls off the play. It will be a Kings ball. But hopefully I can catch my breath. And it's Joe Humphreys with the ball for Kings. And whilst all that action has been occurring, let's give you an update on the team fouls. Kings on 3, Bears on 2 as Yaz has the ball. We've got 4:38 left in the quarter. Ball goes to Humphreys, who's eyed open, hits the rim, comes down to himself, goes to Humphreys, who gets it in. Kings now up to 30 points. It's a 17-point game here. Whew. I feel like I need to lie down. Here we go. It's a two-man press from Kings to number 14, Bears. They get it over the halfway line with 4:15 left on the clock. Number 33 from Bears. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down, there's a whistle blown. It's a push, and it's a 2 free throws. And that puts Kings on the edge of foul trouble with 4 minutes to go. 14 fouls to Bears 2. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down. There's 1 remaining. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down to a Kings player. Rapley recovers, comes to Yaz. He'll surely get it over the halfway line. Yaz to Humphreys. Humphreys spins the ball. Ball goes up, comes down again off the rim. Rapley's on the floor. Ball goes there, goes to Yaz. Yaz with the ball comes down, and it's another 2 from Kings. And I'm hopefully my commentary is doing justice on this game. The Division 1 games come next, and that's usually even more fast-paced. As Bears 12 comes out with the ball to number 42. Kings with an unusual press as they get it over the halfway line. And it's a back court call.
I missed that completely. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, what was that, Harry Mark?
So sorry, I missed that bit. Too fast for me.
Yaz has got the ball, but we've got the camera onto the Kings players as Yaz comes into the screenshot here. Yaz drives. The foul is blown. 40 black, it's a hold, and goes to Kings, and that is the 3rd foul. The team fouls now for Bears. I'm leaving the team fouls up because this game is hard to commentate and try and get all the screen graphics going. Ball's up by Rapley, who hits the rim, goes back to a Bears player who gets the ball. Number 42 will bring it up. It's a whistle blown, and it's a foul on Rapley, number 13, and it is team fouls, so it will be 2 shots. Rapley giving away the 5th foul here for the Kings. 3 minutes 10 left on the clock. Kings in foul trouble. 32-13. Division 3. Here we go. Hits the ring, comes down on the first throw. He'll have 1 more attempt. Hits the rim, comes down. Everybody charges for the ball. And the ball goes off court. It will be a Kings ball. So 3 minutes 4 on the clock. Kings in foul trouble. 5 fouls to 3. Score is 32-13. Ball comes in from Yaz to Bloomfield, who puts the ball up. Young Corey Bloomfield is bringing the ball up. Goes to Yaz, who gets it into Young Henry, who can't quite get the pass. Goes back to a Bears player. Foul is called. And that is an 18 foul on Bloomfield. It will be shots. Kings are on foul trouble. And it is a timeout being called for the Bears. So we're going to a timeout here. Unfortunately, I didn't get the graphics sorted, but we will have a quick word about our sponsors. So we thank the following people on screen for their continuing support of Thames Valley Kings. And we are currently in a Bears timeout. Wherever you are, we thank you for joining us for this Thames Valley Kings versus Warwickshire Bears Division 3 game. It's the Bears' third team against the Kings' second team. It's been a blinder so far. It's 32-13. Kings in foul trouble. 2 shots to come for the Bears. And we hope you're enjoying this as much as we are presenting this game to you. So I've just prepared the graphics for the Bears. Timeout. Oh, spaghetti-o. As we come back for 2. The first one goes in. Fortunately, the second one goes a little bit short. And as the press being applied by the Bears here, ball goes in, goes over to Humphreys. Great press break there from the Kings. And Kings, remember, are on foul trouble. There's 2:38 left in the third quarter, and it's Humphreys with the ball. Ball goes into Rapley, shot goes up, hits the rim, comes back to Rapley. Rapley with a shot up, hits the rim again, goes defended by the Bears, and there's a bit of a press going on here from the Kings as well. Great pressing game from these Division 3 players. Oh, ball is short. That's an unfortunate pass. It goes to Peter Rapley. Goes then off to Yaz. Yaz, he's lost control of the ball, goes to 42. Surprised the whistle hasn't gone. But it's a Bears ball. 1:38 left in the quarter. Comes off, and Bears have an easy layup here. Likes the layup. So it's a great turnout here from our Division 1 team who are playing next, watching their second team in action. And we look forward to bringing you that one as Bloomfield has the ball as the press is coming on for Bears. Great work there from Henry to do a pick to outplay that press. Ball goes in, but it's picked up by 42. It's a steal. And Kings are currently, remember, in foul trouble. There's 1:27 left. It's number 12 from Bears with the ball. Ball goes up. It's a shot of sorts that goes to Henry. Young Henry there in his first season. He's coming on fantastically from being a junior. We've also got young Yaz as well with the ball. Ball goes in, goes to Humphreys. I think it was meant to be for Henry, who drops to the floor. And you can't say this Division 3 game has not been entertaining across the board. Some great work shown from both teams. Kings leading by 16. It's 32-16 and it's 58.7 seconds left in this third quarter. And Henry brings the ball into Mr. Humphreys. That's the sort of shots that he likes. And he's lined it up, hits the rim, comes down, goes to a Bears player, number 42. A long pass to number 12. He's defended out by number 23, Yaz. Goes back to number 42 with the pass. And goes to young Ewan, number 40 from the Bears here. They'll set up for the shot again. Ball goes into number 14. She's picked out hits the rim, comes down, goes to Bloomfield, but it then gets deflected off Bloomfield to number 14 to 42, takes the shot, comes back down to number 13, Mr. Rapley. And the ball goes loose, but it's picked up by Henry, who it's still picked up by Henry. Oh no, it goes to 33. Sloppy passing here from both teams. They've got to improve moving forward into this fourth quarter. The buzzer goes, and we thank you for joining at the end of this third quarter. It's 32-16. And I'm going to have a lie down before this fourth quarter gets underway. And from everybody at Thames Valley Kings, we thank you for joining us for this Division 3 game between the Kings' second team and Warwickshire Bears' third team. This is the break before the fourth quarter, and Kings will no longer be in foul trouble, which will be a relief. As we begin the fourth quarter, there's a 16-point game. It's 32-16 between the Thames Valley Kings and the Warwickshire Bears. So wherever you are, thank you for joining us, and thank you for the continuing support provided by the people on screen. And we'd like to give a shout out to our referees Nikki and Gavin today for joining us here, doing a fantastic, stellar job. We'd also like to have a shout out to Thames Valley Kings founder Jacqueline Scoins-Cass, my wife, who's currently undergoing cancer treatment. She's not here today, but she is watching the stream at home. I hope her recovery continues, and it's great to see everybody enjoying their basketball here as we start this fourth quarter. Kings up by 16. It will be Bears starting off this fourth quarter due to the possession error, and it will be inbounded by number 33. It's Bears 42, back to 33. It's a great shot by 14, hits the rim, comes down to number 18, Corey Bloomfield from the Thames Valley Kings. And they want to get it over the halfway line, and they do, and it's O'Donovan. And this guy, the other day, I saw him actually duck under the door frame, and it's a dodgy pass there. I think Maurice was not ready for it. It's number 15. And it's number 40, young Ewan. He's the Blackhawks women's coach. And it's a great defending there by young Henry, number 4 for Kings. And the ball goes in for 33 over 42, sorry. There's a whistle going, 2 shots will be given. It's a hold on number 4, young Henry. And she gets the first one. Deficit now is 15. As Mr. Tom Tobin walks past the screen. There's the ball going in. There's 2 free throws. It's a 14-point game here. It's 32-18. Bloomfield will have the ball. Number 18 for Kings. And he manages to go between the players. That's some great ball handling skills there. He tries the ball, hits the rim, goes down to O'Donovan. Young Connell, he gets the 2. 34-18 here. Great passing game shown here from Bears. We hope you enjoy this match as much as we're bringing it to you. It's Kings 2, Bears 3, and that's the Bears offense. Goes off with a dodgy throw, or a dodgy pass rather. And we have a sub for Bears. And number 40 Ewan makes way for number 16 on the Bears. As young Henry with the ball goes to Connell. This has been a fantastic Division 3 game. Some dodgy passing there for Kings. They need to slow the ball down. Remember, they've got 24 seconds on the offense, and they want to be using those seconds. So it's number 42 from Bears now with the ball. Great action going. Number 12 here from Bears. Hits the rim, comes down, goes to number 16 Bears. And whistle goes. It's going to be a foul on number 23, Yaz, for 2 shots. Number 14 from Bears will have the opportunity to come to the line. That is Yaz's 4th foul. Missed with the first. Comes off, the rebound is collected by O'Donovan here. And a great shout out here to Pat O'Donovan and Maurice Barker as Maurice Dawler gets his first point of the game. Coaches of the Thames Valley Kings, second team, Pat O'Donovan and Maurice Barker. Doing a great job developing these players as it's 36-18. Number 33 from Bears, who has the ball. She's surveying the scene, trying to find her options, takes the shot, doesn't go anywhere, goes back down to Dawler. And it's O'Donovan who has the ball now, number 21. Ball goes in, it's intercepted by 33 from Bears. And it's Kings inbound with Yaz over to OD, and OD gets the ball in. By OD, I obviously mean Connell O'Donovan. As Kings extend their lead, it's now a 20-point game. And we have 6:32 left in this 4th quarter. We hope you're enjoying this as much as we are bringing it to you. And it's number 33 with Bears with the ball. She's just trying to find her options as she gets it out to number 12 in the Bears. On the right hand side here, right by me, and there's a whistle blown. And it's a foul on young Henry on the block. I think that's his second personal. And it's a timeout being called by the Thames Valley Kings, the first of their day. And it's about time I had the graphics, and I do this time. So, Thames Valley Kings, here's the timeout graphic. And whilst you're enjoying this timeout here, let's just thank our sponsors that one more time. These guys are supporting us every day that we play wheelchair basketball. And they've helped with the fundamental growth that we have seen at the Thames Valley Kings. Great organisation that we are, with a really great committee and members who really want to see this club grow. But we thank the fundamental coach, Chris, who is working with our Division 1 team on very precise as well as the Wokingham paper, who cover our stories weekly with our press releases. We thank you for covering that in your paper, as well as the Newbury Weekly News, who do the same in the Newbury Berkshire area, as well as our friends at Kennet Radio 106.7. Saturday sport from 3 o'clock today. You'll see my friend Steve. He's probably not got a lot of sport today. A lot of sport has been cancelled, but unfortunately we're here. Well, I guess we shouldn't say unfortunately. We're enjoying this as much as you are. This is the Division 3 game between the Thames Valley Kings and Warwickshire Bears. It's going to be Warwickshire Bears bringing it in the ball from the right hand side. It's a 20-point game. It's 38-18. It's 6:09 on the clock. Ball goes in. It's a quick pass out. Goes to Bears number 12. He hits the rim, comes down, goes to Conor O'Donovan. And there's a man out with number 96, but it's not going to matter. It's unlucky from number 4, Henry. He is still looking for his first basket of this 2019 season. And as cameraman Mark comes back in the play, you'll see that it's number 14 with Bears over to number 42, along to number 12 in Bears. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down, goes to number 4, who passes it off to Connell, number 21. They've got the 8 seconds, they want to get it over. And it's end line play, it's a foul against the Bears for holding. And Alice gets it to 21. There is a really nice blocking play, press almost being played. 3-man press. Kings get it over the halfway line, that's great. There is a foul against Kings. I'm unsure what the foul was for. As it's Bears 42 with the ball over the Bears 16. Bears 16 over the Bears 14, over the 42. This is a great play from Bears. And the foul is called. It will be 2 shots. He can take as many shots as he likes, but they won't count. Quite a few fouls in the game today. First ball goes in. Doesn't hit the rim, so you may notice that sometimes after the free throw you'll notice that the players will try and take the shot. It has to hit the rim. That is usually called a 3-point play. The idea being is that you get your first free throw in, then you hit the rim with a second and not get it in, and then hopefully one of your players picks the rebound out to then get the 2 points. But that does not count if the ball does not hit the rim. As O'Donovan, Mr. Conor O'Donovan, with the ball, goes up to Joseph Humphreys, picks the ball up. It was actually a Henry that the ball was meant to be played for. Humphreys with the recovery as Conor O'Donovan takes the shot and misses. Bears player on the ground. Friendly reminder of the foul situation. Kings on 4 have to be watchful of foul trouble. Bears on 1. A 19-point game, 38-19. Kings on 4 fouls. Bears on 1. As Bears come up with the ball, it's number 42. The ball does not go in. Hits the rim, comes down. It's behind the chair. It will be a drop ball, I imagine. And it's actually a white ball. And it's a full-blown press being applied here by Bears. Kings moving around quite a bit. You can't see it on camera, but they are moving. Everybody's moving. It's on the far side of the court. And Kings will want to be mindful of foul trouble here as they lose control of the ball. It's going to be a Bears ball. 4:03 left on the clock. 19-point game, 38-19. Number 16 brings the ball into the 33 and Bears. Over to number 12 on the Bears team. Goes to Alice Mitchin, who picks up the recovery. She's going to watch out. There's a player on it. Oh, ball comes off. Number 14's head and goes straight to Conor O'Donovan. That is luck. That is luck. That's all I can say about that. The ball goes up from O'Donovan, who hits the rim. Takes the shot again, hits the rim again, comes back to a number 14 from the Bears. It's then picked up by number 12 of the Bears. And unfortunately the ball goes out of play. I'm going to need to lie down after this commentary off this Division 3 game. I've got Division 1 game next. And that's usually much more fast paced than this. If you are joining us and you don't usually watch wheelchair basketball, we thank you for doing so. A lot of sport cancelled this weekend because of the COVID-19 virus. As the ball goes into Bears with a whistle blown, basket will be good. It will be a 3-point play opportunity here for the Bears. They have one to come. I do apologise for being quiet during that. I don't like usually commentating over a free throw attempt. But Kings are now in foul trouble with 3 minutes to go of this game. It's a substitute coming in, number 40. And coming off is number 33 for Black. So Kings foul trouble, 3 minutes, 7 on the clock. 38-21. Still all to play for here, although there is a 17-point deficit. Bears number 14 goes over to number 42 and they get the 2. And that is a 15-point deficit. As the press is being applied, Kings will need to break that press. Unfortunately, it goes back to Bears, just inside their quarter. Ball comes down to number 42, goes over the 12. And has an opportunity, but fluffs the shot. It goes up to number 21. The ball's still in play. It's near the line here, right by my feet. As Conor O'Donovan is trying to move the ball around, but Bears are sticking like mud right now. As Joe Humphreys gets the ball. Ball goes over to number 4, but doesn't get the pass off. There's Bears in their own half. Kings applying a one-man press, goes to number 12, who's flying up the court right in front of the camera here. They'll have to choose where they want to go. 1 minute 51 left. There's still a fight going on from these Bears. Ball goes up, it's a great shot, but it hits the rim, comes off and goes out of play. It's going to be a Kings ball. 1:41 left on the clock. Kings in foul trouble. 5 fouls to Bears 1. 15-point game. 38-23. Henry with the ball now, over to Humphreys. Humphreys with a long pass over to Conor O'Donovan. He got it over before the 8-second defensive foul. Humphreys still fine with the ball here in this Division 3 game. Excuse me there with a cough. Goes over to Henry. The ball comes up for the Kings. And that is Henry's first Division 3 points. That's why you're hearing the cheer. Congratulations to Henry. He's broken his duck. Ball was coming across to number 12 from Bears, but he misses the pass, goes out of play. It's a Kings ball. Try to keep up. Congratulations to young Henry for his first National League points. It's a long ball. Kings are trying to break the press. Young Henry's chasing the ball down, but it will go out of play. It's going to be a Bears ball. 58 seconds left on the clock. 17-point game here. 40-23. It's a timeout being called here. And it's a timeout for who though? I think it's a timeout for the Bears. So while I catch my breath in this wicked game here, wicked Division 3 game, I'm enjoying every minute of this. Thank you for the guys that are supporting us here. The Fundamental Coach, the Woking Paper, Berkshire Community Foundation, Kennet Radio, and Newbury Weekly News.
You look like, you know when you max out your players.
.58 seconds left in this final quarter of this Division 3 game. 40-23 to the Thames Valley Kings second team over the Bears third team. I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are as we enjoy this Bears timeout. Little breather for you. Friendly reminder though, we are in team fouls for Kings, as it will be Bears number 16 bringing the ball out.
That's absolutely fine.
I'm not going to argue with that. Ball goes up to 42. He's recovered the ball though. 52 seconds left on the clock. Tons of options here for the Bears as number 16 goes up the middle. Ball goes down back to number 16. She takes the shot and the ball goes in. Bears are now up to 25 points. Kings on 40. Kings, remember, foul trouble. As the ball goes straight to 42, it's an unfortunate pass. And Kings lucky there. You're going to want to move the ball, guys. You're going to want to get it over that 8-second rule. The count is on. Ball goes over to number 14. As Bears take the shot, but misses, goes to 21. I've got Liam Buck to the left of me, screaming to the players to get it over the halfway line. As Connor O'Donovan goes down. Liam is having a heart attack here. He's got a game to play, and that is his 5th foul. So, unfortunately, that is his 5th foul, I believe, on number 42. So, oh no, that's young Henry. I think that's his 5th foul today. Unfortunately, no, sorry, it was number 12 on his 5th foul for the Bears, who are now on 2 fouls. Bit of confusion there, as Kings made a substitution. I thought it was Henry that was getting fouled out. I apologise for that. And the game ends here. Kings with a 15-point win. It's 40-25. Players are exchanging fist bumps, and I want to remind the players that we do have anti-back wipes available. Please wipe your hands down afterwards. And that is the end of the Division 3 game. We're going to leave you now, and we are going to come back in roughly 10 to 15 minutes with the Division 1 game. The stream will still be going. But up next, probably the one everybody's been waiting for. It's Division 1 South Kings versus Bears 2. And we will catch you for that game in a We hope you enjoy the break.
Wet your hands with water. Apply soap. Rub your hands palm to palm and wash the backs of both hands and in between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers interlocked. Clasp your hands together and rub. And then clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists. Rinse your hands really well with water and dry them thoroughly with a paper towel. Use the towel to turn off the tap. Your hands are now clean.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this Division 1 game now between the Thames Valley Kings and Warwickshire Bears 2. Just getting set up here, their 3-minute whistle has just gone and we are kind of waiting for Ren to jump back into the camera. Ren, my dad, has finally arrived. Fortunately, he had to work this morning, and we're looking forward to this one. Just going to change over the icon here, as everybody is getting prepared for this one. So before we do start, we've got a couple of little slides for everybody. So let's look at the table. Thames Valley Kings are top with 9 played, 9 wins. The Jaguars are second, played 10, won 8, lost 2, and the Titans are third with 11 played, 7 wins, 4 defeats. Everybody's on 18 points. So how does that look with the remaining fixtures for this? Kings after today's games, Kings will have 2 fixtures left. Aces at home next Saturday, and Jaguars away on the 18th of April. Jaguars have 2 games as well. The CWBA second team at home on the 28th of March, and the Kings at home on the 18th of April. Titans also have a game against Aces at home, their final game of the season. So that's how we're looking. Obviously, COVID-19 might have other kind of things going on there. So without further ado, I'm going to speak and get my father into the high chair of doom. Give everybody a wave, Wen. The man, the myth, the legend. As we're about to get started with a tip-off here in this Division 1 South game between Thames Valley Kings and Bears 2.
I'm just going to reposition myself.
And Ren is going to play with himself.
Makes a change.
Just going to get the camera kind of sorted, and we'll just get some tests run before the game gets started. And whilst he's doing that, just make sure that he's comfortable. A little zoom of the arena. If you've never been here to the FBC Centre, come on down. Say hi to everybody.
We've got a nice crowd here today.
There is a very nice crowd here today. Always good to see. Are you ready for this one, Dad?
I'm ready. I am poised. I am ready.
This one's going to be a good one.
Petey.
There's a 30-second delay before it gets on YouTube, so you might be in luck. So, we apologise for the small delay before the start of this Division 1 game. We are going to get tipped off.
Plenty of elbow bumps today, I notice.
It's going to be elbow bumps today rather than handshakes. I've not seen this before. That's quite funny. Love it.
Other forms of non-contact greeting are available.
And we look forward to bringing this one to you. This one's going to be a classic. And that's it. It goes to Kings. Kings are shooting from left to right as you enter the building, and it's the cleaner. He hit the rims the first time, but gets the second. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this one as Bears brings the ball back in to the court. It's over to number 12 from the Bears. Kings applying the pressure. Chairs flying around already. This is the Division 1 game. There's 9.5 minutes left in this first quarter as we've just started. Kings up by 2. George Gray, the cleaner, with the first points of the game. Kings winning the tip-off. And it's Bears number 20 with the ball. It's a long one. It hits the rim. It would have been a great three if it went in. Unfortunately, and Bears, I'm lost for words here. Bears are already fighting for the ball. Reese Barker to Tobin. Tobin to Liam Barker. Liam Barker hits the rim, goes down to number 20 with the rebound. And this one is high tense. If you thought the Division 3 game was high tense, if you've only just started to watch wheelchair basketball, this one will be Vata 10 faster, and I hope we can keep up with the ball as Tobin gets the ball over to Liam Barker. Liam Barker with the ball. Ball goes in, goes scooped back to Tobin from Reese Barker. And Tobin over to Liam Barker. Liam Barker with the ball now. Goes up to Reese Barker. Reese Barker with a shot, gets his first 2 points of the game. Kings up by 4 already, but there is a long way to go in this one. There's 8.5 minutes left. And goes to Bears number 12. He's already played a full game in the last game. Kings with the ball. Over, and the intensity here from the Kings. They'll be looking to extend an early lead. Already 4 points up with 8:12 left on the clock. Tobin with a long 2, drops. Number 20 with a rebound from Bears. And the ball goes off, and it's Liam Barker that's managed to sweep the ball off the hands of number 20 from Bears, and it's actually going to be a Kings ball. Reese Barker will bring it in. Barker to Tobin. Tobin with the ball now to Barker. Reese Barker, he's going to try a 2 from there. Goes in. Kings extend their lead to 6, and the intensity here is there from the Kings as they play a 2-man press against this Bears team. 7:45 left on the clock here, and you've got to wonder, can they get it over in the 8 seconds? The 8-second whistle blows just as I mention it. In wheelchair basketball, if you're not aware of that rule, the ball has to go across from the defensive half to the offensive half within 8 seconds, or it will be a foul. And possession is lost. Goes over to Reese Barker, who gets it to the cleaner. Cleaner hits the rim. Ball goes off. It's a Kings ball again. I hope I'm going to have some voice left after all this commentating today. And from everybody in Thames Valley Kings, we thank you for joining us on this live stream. As the telephone goes off on the table here, goes across to Reese Barker, who picks up another 2. Lead is now 8 between the Kings and Bears. This, of course, is the Division 1 South game between the Bears 2 and the Kings. And Bears get it across into their offensive half now, but Kings still applying the pressure with Liam Barker against this Kings number 12. And Gray applying the pressure alongside Kings. Kings pushing them out to the halfway line. You are not getting past this Kings defense today. As the ball goes to Bears number 23. And it's Bears number 23 with the ball now. Goes across to number 12 from the Bears, hits the backboard, goes back down to Tom Tobin. Tom Tobin, the ball goes up to Liam Barker on the fast break. Liam Barker now, there's another 2, and Kings extend their lead to 10. Wow, explosive first part of this first quarter here. To my left here, I've got Wayne Barton. Alongside, is the dog here? No, the dog is not here, he's brought his dog here today. The most friendliest dog you will ever meet. But anyway, as Kings apply the pressure with Bears in the second half of the court, and they're going to want to get it over, and they just about do so. Number 20 with the ball for the Bears. Kings making incredibly hard work here for the Bears to move forward. 23 from Bears with the ball now. Kings up by 10, 6:19 left on the clock. And it's number 20 with the Bears for the ball. Bears with a shot up. Number 14 picked that one out. First point of the board for the Bears. 10-2. Deficit is 8. 5:57 left in this ball as Tom Tobin picks the ball up. And he's off court. Oh, is it off court or is there a foul? I believe it was a foul on number 22, Black. I didn't see the foul. And it's a timeout being called already by the away team here, the Bears. And as we go into that timeout period, we're going to have a quick little message from our sponsors, or our supporters rather. And everybody from Thames Valley Kings thanks the following people for their continuing support. Fundamental coach Chris, who has worked with this Division 1 South team, doing phenomenal work, talking about fitness as well as mental support as well. So thank you for Chris. Thank you for the Wokingham paper, who covers our matches in the weekly paper for the Wokingham area. Berkshire Community Foundation do fantastic work, as well as the guys at Newbury Weekly News, who cover our press releases in the Berkshire area. We're going to have plenty of times to thank everybody for supporting us, but in the meantime, we're back with the game, and it's going to be a white ball to kick us off here for Kings. Score is currently Kings 10, the Bears 2. 5:46 left in this first quarter. Ball goes up, goes in to Reece Barker, and Reece Barker picks up another 2. And that leads us to 12-2. It's going to be an intense game here, I would imagine. Kings will probably be preparing themselves to go up to Premier League next season. As number 22 whizzes past the screen here on the camera. Hopefully Ren can pick up the speed, but he's being picked out here by Reece Barker, and he's off court. So the ball will go back to Kings. And we've got a great supporters here today. Packed house here at the FBC Centre. Liam Barker now with the ball for Kings. And he takes the shot, hits the rim, comes down. Number 20 for Bears. He's bringing it up and he's going to get it over that halfway line. And Bears are he's going to probably look to pick somebody out here. But the amount of intensity that Kings are showing in this defence, they can't even get into that key. It's going to be a long 2 here when he takes the shot. Now it's a pass though, but the ball is deflected out by Liam Barker. I hope my voice lasts for the rest of this game, and I do apologise if it doesn't. So it's going to be a Bears ball here. It's going to be number 22 bringing the ball in for Bears. The ball goes in to its number. Oh, it's a long shot there from number 23. I couldn't see his number. Comes off the rim, goes back to the Kings on the rebound. Tobin bringing it up like a train on fire. He's picked the ball up with a finger roll, and that's a great one from Mr. Tobin. I know he wears the 0 on his shirt. Tom Tobin is nothing but a loser when he gets the ball that way. And we got Bears bring the ball up with 22-12 to number 23. They get it over the halfway line. There's a lot of press on this Kings. You can just see on the edge of the camera. A lot of press. The Kings are keeping them on this high line all the way up the court. And you wonder how much of this 24 seconds is going to be left for them to actually have the opportunity to get to the basket. And Tobin shouting out instructions. The ball goes back to Kings with Reece Barker with the ball. Goes back to Tobin. Tobin, unfortunately, stop high-fiving, guys. That's all I can say there. But this team is working as a cohesive unit. And this defence, you hear me say they're quicker than hiccups, and right in front of me you've got the cleaner having a defensive battle. But Bears frustratingly try and get the pass off, but the defence is so high on that high line. There's the pass, there's defensive play, goes down, off number 14 to the cleaner, It then goes to Tobin, who takes a shot. He misses. Goes back to Bears for the ball for number 20. I hope I'm keeping up with the action here. I do apologise if I'm slow. Whistle is gone. It's a box. It's an end line. First personal foul here on somebody from Kings. I didn't catch who the number was. And the ball is just left there. Oh. And again, I believe, off court. I do apologise if I lose my voice during this game. This one is an intense one. As Reece Barker picks the ball up from Tobin, goes to Liam Barker. Liam with the long shot, and it's straight in, and it's a three! Yes! Blink and you will miss it with this team. 17-2, it's a deficit of 15. Kings still applying the two-man press here. And you probably hear Grant Barker there saying it's a hustle. It is a hustle. Look at this high line. It's almost at the halfway line, and you wonder, can Bears break it? The ball goes off, comes off the back of number 2, and that's luck, but Tobin pushes the ball away, goes off court. It's going to be a Kings ball, but I failed to see who it came off. He's arguing it. I think I might have to agree with him. I think that might have actually been a Bears ball. Anyway, moving forward, it's Liam Barker with the ball. And you've got Tobin, and he releases up to Tobin, goes in, but it's going to be an offensive charge, I would imagine. As number 12, we saw him a lot in that Division 3 game, brings the balls up for Bears. In this sport, you are allowed to play as long as you're not a named player. The thing is, every team you register, the top 8 players for each team must be named. Anybody who isn't named can play up. So the more teams you have, the more named players you have, the less selection you have for the lower divisions. That's how it's supposed to work. Anyway, we've got Reece Barker with the ball, and he picks up another 2. Blinking, you miss it. Friendly reminder now of the team fouls. Kings on 2, Bears on 1. And it's a takeover here from Kings. It's a turnover. Goes to Reece, goes to Liam, and it's in. Another 2 from Kings.
Well done, Liam.
And the lead now is 19 points. And it's another highline press. The ball is back with Kings, and it's Liam hits the thing. It's a hold block, and the frustration, you must admit, is coming in for this Bear team. And I think they're going to be going to the line for 2. And that is one for Reece Barker from those free throws. That was actually an unsportsman foul, so Kings will get possession. Didn't want to say anything during those shots, but an unsportsman means that Kings get the 2 shots plus the possession. Ball hits the rim off George Gray, the cleaner, and Bears are back on the offense here. 55 seconds left on the quarter. You hate to see a whitewash like this, but with this high line as high as it is, it's like a defensive wall they can't break, and the ball goes over number 14's head, and it's Kings balls again. 43.2 seconds left in the quarter. I hope I'm doing this commentary justice. If I'm not, leave me a comment. I will pick it up. as we go into the final part of this first quarter. 37.6 seconds on the clock. Liam to Tom Tobin now. Tom Tobin's coming up. He'll want to take the shots. It's a long two from the sideline. Goes in. It's 24-2 now. 22-point deficit. 15 seconds left. There's number 20 with the ball. He's going to want to bring it off. And the high line again comes in. He's going to take a long three. And I almost felt that should have gone in. You know, he's been struggling all day so far. That's the end of the first. What can I say? Impressive first quarter from the Thames Valley Kings.
Kings have definitely come out stamping their authority on this one.
They're stumping a mud hole in this one, aren't they?
They certainly are. But this is the team we've come to expect over the last few games.
I agree. It's something about this Kings first team. They gel so much as a team, and you may see them arguing on court about certain plays, but at the end of the day, you know, it's a case of, hey, you could have put that to me earlier, but as soon as the ball comes back in, they switch back on. The intensity's there. Did have an opportunity to speak to some of the team last week and during one of the training sessions, and they were saying it's very hard when they get into a rhythm like this in the third or fourth quarter to continue that rhythm. They almost switch off because they're just so far ahead in points. But if they move up to Prem next season, they're going to have to keep that intensity for all four quarters, so it's something they're going to be working on during the end of season break. We do hope the COVID-19 doesn't suspend the league. All right, now. So, a friendly reminder, whilst we have this quarter break, remaining fixtures for the top three teams, all on 18 points. Kings have Aces at home, potentially next weekend, fingers crossed. Then they're away to Jags on the 18th of April. Jags have the CWBA 2 Coventry at home on the 28th of March, followed by the Kings at their home. And then Titans will have their last game of the season against Aces at home on the 12th of April. That is if games go according to plan after what has been going on with this COVID-19. So we look forward to this second quarter. Kings up 22, it's 24-2. And it's a Bears. First quarter. Bringing the ball for the second quarter will be Bears number 23. Bears look like they've used the opportunity to change their tactics slightly, and they get a first point to the quarter as Chris Nash and PJ O'Donovan join Kings, subbing in for the cleaner and Tobin. And is it going to be business as usual as it's 26-4? And from everybody from the Thames Valley Kings, we welcome you to this Division 1 stream match between the Kings and Bears 2. This one's going to be action-packed all the way. The Bears, hits the rim, comes down. It's picked up by Reese Barker. And Reese Barker is away with the ball again. Ball goes up. Comes in to Adele Atkins, who pushes the ball out to Chris Nash. And Chris Nash hits the rim, goes to a Bears player, number 20 with the ball, now to Bears, 8:57 left in the quarter, it's a turnover, Kings, Maurice Barker gets the ball, he tries a backwards layup, and it's 28-4. King is still applying that high line, it's a little bit deeper now. Bears have managed to penetrate it. Goes to number 20 from Bears. Hits the basket, hits the rim. Hits the ring and the basket again off number 12. Goes out to Liam Barker, who passes it to Reese Barker. Reese Barker with the ball now. Oh, was that an offensive charge? I think it was. He had his hands on the wheels. He had his hands on the wheels. Sorry there, Lee. Sorry there, Reese. He had his hands on the rim. It will be a Bears ball. Don't worry too much about it, man. The thing, you've got to take the frustration out of the referee's call, plays to the whistle, and carry on. If you've just joined us, it's 28-4 between the Kings and the Bears. Very intense first quarter from the Kings rather, and the Bears are striking back now in their second quarter. Shot goes up and it's blocked by Leith Barker. Goes to Liam Barker. Liam Barker with the ball now. He's found space. He'll take that all day. Here's another 2 points. Kings now up to 30 points. 26-point difference between the teams. With 7:37 left on the clock. And it's 23 from Bears, bringing the ball up to the halfway line. Kings have ducked down a little bit deeper now, inviting the Bears. The pass goes in, but it isn't picked up. And Reece Barker will bring the ball back in to Liam Barker on their offense. A 26-point difference between the teams as Liam Barker with the ball, calls out to his brother. And he's surprised by the ball, but it goes back to Adele. And Liam Barker with a long two. It's 32-4 now. And they're fighting with this two-man press. Press is broken. It's Bears with the ball across. Now, it's been a fight for this ball in this entire second quarter. The ball now to 22. It's a long two, hits the rim, comes back to Reece Barker. Reece with a long pass to his brother. He's nailed it. It's a backwards layup and it's in. The lead is now 30 points. And it's a tough. There is something on the court here that's just been kicked out. A referee will pick that up. I think it's an end cap of somebody. It's a wheelchair. It's a long two, hits the rim, comes back to Reece Barker. It's a beautiful pass, but it doesn't get it. And it's a sub here. Number 42 comes back on. Will be number 12 taking the break for the Bears. The ball will come in from number 22 from the Bears. And he's taking it all the way to the end line. And we've got a straps problem here for number 42. That's where the delay is coming from. Pitcher now, he's wheeling on court and we're ready to go. 6:02 left on the clock. Kings up by 30, second quarter. The only foul of this quarter so far has come from the Thames Valley Kings. It's 1-0 on team fouls. It's a long two, hits the rim, comes down to Chris Nash, who doesn't grab the ball, it goes to 22. Hits the rim, comes down, it's picked up by Reece Barker, who gets it to Liam Barker, who then gets it to Adele. Atkin goes to Liam Barker, back to Reece Barker with the two, he'll get those all day. 36-4, and that is a passing clinic. Not only are these guys fast in the hiccup, they're bringing a real slumber knocker here in defence. They're just keeping the ball up the court. This high line is impressive from Kings. The ball rolls off, and it's going to be a Bears ball. It'll be number 23 bringing it in for Bears. He gets it to number 20. 20 with a long shot, hits the rim, comes back, and it's Chris Nash again who can't quite get the ball. Number 42 is down for Bears. Shot goes off. Whistle is blown, I guess, to pick the man up. He looks like he may have injured his shoulder here. We hope he's okay. He's wheeled out of his chair. We'll keep the camera off him. We don't want to kind of show the camera. It's 5:04 left on the clock. We're just going to put some supporter details on the screen here. We may have an injury on our hands, so we'll just display the screen. I imagine there'll be a referee timeout called, if not already. You know, in this sport, we obviously don't want players to get injured. I hope he's okay. So the stoppage here is because there is a player down. He is clutching his shoulder. And we hope he's okay. The referee timeout has been called. We hope he's fit enough to continue. We do not like to see this in this sport. We want to make sure that everybody plays in a safe environment. Do you need an ice pack or anything? Okay. Okay, we are offering an ice pack if it's needed. It's going to be a wide ball on the side, and I guess there's going to be a substitute coming in. There's clearly going to be a sub here. That's off the record. We hope he's okay. We don't like to see that, but the ball is in. It's PJ O'Donovan to Liam Barker with the ball in. To Reece Barker. It's back to Liam Barker. It's a 3 attempt. Hits the rim, comes down, goes to his brother Reece. Back to Liam. Into Adele. Adele with the 2. She's quite an accomplished player, that Adele Atkin. She calls herself the Queen, and I'm not going to argue with her. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down to Reece Barker. Ball above his head. Reece manages to hit the ball out of the Bears player, but it goes to a Bear player anyway, with number 20. Number 12 now to the ball with number 20 with a long shot, goes in, and that is a 3 from the Bears. Anything Kings can do, Bears can do better, I guess, is going to be the analogy there. Deficit is now 31, 4 minutes left on the clock. Liam to Reece Barker, Barker gets it in, that's Kings on 40 points. It's another 3 from the Bears, hits the top. Beginning to wonder if it's only 3s that are going to be available for Bears, but Kings, even without Tobin and Gray here, are in control. The ball goes in, but it's a long ball. They're laughing about it. It was supposed to go to Reece Barker there. You obviously weren't listening to me then. And Reece giving the commentators a bit of stick here. We do love this. And from everybody at Thames Valley Kings, we thank you for joining us for this Division 1 South stream. As Adele gets it to Liam Barker. Liam Barker just drives forward and gets the other 2, and that's now a 35-point game. Now, whoever took out the kill switch for Kings, can you put it back away, please? It's a long ball in, I didn't quite see it, I think it was a 3 attempt. Failed, dropped out, it goes back to Reece Barker. Reece Barker down with the ball, coming up the middle of the court. Nobody's stopping him, he puts it off to PJ O'Donovan. PJ O'Donovan gets the ball in, Kings extend their lead. And that is a timeout called for the Bears. With 2:31 left. Whilst we are having that, we're going to give you a safety message.
Wet your hands with water. Apply soap Rub your hands palm to palm and wash the backs of both hands and in between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers interlocked. Clasp your hands together and rub. And then clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists. Rinse your hands really well with water and dry them thoroughly with a paper towel. Use the towel to turn off the tap. Your hands are now clean.
Okay, we're back here with the ball in to Bears. It's not a timeout. Please ignore the timeout manner there. I've got to take the graphic off. And the graphic has got away from me.
Yeah.
So it is going to be a Bears ball. Now, if you are watching at home and you want to understand how the defence work, the idea is you're supposed to use your large wheel to do your blocking and not your frame. If you do, you get a foul which is known as a charge. And the idea is when you're on the offense, you have to make sure that your wheelchair will fit through the gaps between the chairs. That's wheelchair basketball 101 for you. As Liam Barker runs up, drives up the court and picks up another two. We will in future be bringing little guides on the rules in little videos during the next stream. So during the breaks in play, we will offer the opportunity for anybody to learn the rules of the game as we move forward. As the ball goes off court, off the rebound, and is now a Bears ball. Ball comes in from number 22 for the Bears, over to number 14. There is 1 minute 36 left on the clock as the long two goes to PJ O'Donovan on the rebound, who passes it back off to Reese Barker. And it's Barker now driving the ball up. And Reese passes it off to Chris Nash. He grabs the two and extends King's lead further. It's a 41-point game here in this Division 1 South game. And it's Bears with the ball. Passing it around beautifully between number 20 and number 12. Number 12 throws the ball up for a shot. It hits the rim, comes down to Chris Nash, who passes it off to Liam Barker. Now Liam Barker now over to his brother Reese. 3 seconds have been called. So if you're just joining us here, it's 48-7 to Kings. 41 seconds left in this second quarter. And with 22 here for the Bears, he's driven forward, he gets the shot up. Unfortunately doesn't go anywhere, and it's recovered by the Kings, who's now Liam Barker, who brings it over the halfway line. Liam Barker now to Reese Barker. Reese Barker with a reverse layup, bounces out. It's Adele Atkins who passes the ball out to PJ O'Donovan, who gets it to Liam Barker. Back to PJ O'Donovan. PJ O'Donovan with the shot, and it's a number 2, and Kings takes their score up to 50 points. If you're interested in team fouls, it's 1 apiece. And the buzzer's going to go. We're going to get a 3-point attempt here. Hits the backboard. And that, my friends, is halftime. So on behalf of everybody from the Thames Friday Kings, we thank you for joining us. Kings lead by 43 points, 50-7. And we're going to be back for the second half very shortly. So we're going to have a 10-minute break now for half-time, and we'll be back shortly with the second half.
Something is happening in the UK at the moment. More and more people are getting obese, and that number is only going one way. The number of people with various mental disorders is on the rise. I'm seeing more and more people walk through my door, not looking forward to the next day in their lives. I want to buck the trend, and I truly believe that therapy size could be the missing piece in your jigsaw of life. When you want to sort out your body, you go and see a PT or fitness professional. When you want to sort out your head, you might go and see a therapist or a psychologist. Well, I'm telling you now, you can do both at the same time and under one roof. And that roof is therapy size. There is no one size fits all when it comes to the most important project you're ever going to work on. That project is you. It deserves your full attention. Affirmations, meditation, mindfulness, cognitive priming, flexibility, strength training, boxing, conditioning. I'm pretty sure I have the right tools that are perfect for you. I've had clients lose the amount of weight that's in this dumbbell, but the key is finding out what you actually want and then together devising a plan of action. All coaching is done here at the Hub or online at home. It really is up to you. You decide.
Hand sanitizer is a convenient alternative to hand washing if there's no soap and water available, and as long as your hands aren't visibly dirty. Apply sanitizer, rub your hands palm to palm, and wash the backs of both hands and in between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers interlocked. Clasp your hands together and rub, and then clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists. Wet your hands with water. Apply soap, rub your hands palm to palm, and wash the backs of both hands and in between your fingers. Then palm to palm with fingers interlocked. Clasp your hands together and rub, and then clean around the thumbs too. Rub your fingertips in the palms of your hands and finish off with the wrists. Rinse your hands really well with water and dry them thoroughly with a paper towel. Use the towel to turn off the tap. Your hands are now clean.
Hi everyone, welcome back for this second half. Looks like we may only be having a 5-minute half-time break here. Not entirely sure what's occurring. We'll keep you posted. Just to let you know, whilst that video was playing regarding hand washing, the referees called both teams back to the bench. It's 5 minutes 27 gone and half time. So I don't know if we're going to be going straight into quarter three. The quarter clock is just switched, so I guess we are. So hopefully everybody's back. Whistle's just gone. Looks like we're going to have quarter three starting slightly earlier. So yes, quarter three is starting. So it's actually going to be a King's ball. Kick us off in quarter three. Goes over to PJ O'Donovan to Tom Tobin. Tom Tobin over to George Gray. George Gray hits the ball up, hits the rim, goes back to a Bears player, number 12. Number 12 now with the ball. Tobin's trying to pick him out. Ball goes over. It's safe, goes from 23 to 22. Bears still on offence here in the start of this quarter, but George Gray picks the ball out, but unfortunately goes over to the Bears. So if you've just joined us, welcome back from halftime. Quarter three, it's 57. The ball goes in, it's a long shot from number 14 from the Bears. Tobin across to Liam Barker. Liam Barker now driving down the sides. He'll put the ball up, but unfortunately bounces off, goes straight back to a Bears player. And it's now the Bears with the ball, number 20. They're fighting, Kings are fighting across here. Goes to number 12, back to number 23. He was just on the line, but he throws the ball off. It gets picked up now by Chris Nash, number 55 from the Thames Valley Kings. As the ball goes over to Tom Tobin, hands are up from Bears, shot goes nowhere, goes back to number 20. Whistle blows, 55 white, it's a holding foul. As jokes exchanged there from the Thieves. And 8 minutes 40 left. Deficit is 43. Kings lead over Bears. Started this third quarter. If you're interested in foul trouble, there's only been the one. The Chris Nash foul a second ago. Ball goes round and the intensity's been dropped a little bit from the Kings. Ball goes up from Bears. It's the bounce and it's Tom Tobin with the ball here. Tobin with a shot up, hits the rim, comes down to Chris Nash. He gets the shot up, hits the rim as well. Goes to, I believe that is George Gray, the cleaner, who picks up the two. Unfortunately, the referee was in front of the camera, but that's fine. Still Kings points. Kings extend their lead further. And Kings with the high line, keeping the Bears out. Number 14, we know she's got a long shot. She had a long shot in that Division 3 game. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes back down, goes to number 23. Over to number 20. It's a long shot, hits the rim, comes down, picked up by Liam Barker. And Kings are on the offense again. And he's going to be displaying his options. Goes to Chris Nash. Chris Nash hits the ring, comes down to number 20. Chris Nash looks like he's been throwing a few bricks this afternoon. And number 23 gets the ball to number 12. As the Kings high line still gets pressed, goes from 12 to number 20. And there's a whistle blown. It's a foul on Chris Nash, number 55. His second personal today. And it's going to be an end-line shot that goes straight in. 52-9 now. Kings still comfortably leading. Barker to Tobin. Tobin's looking for options. Gray to Nash. Nash, ball goes up, hits the rim again. Bad day at the office so far for Chris Nash. Don't think Kings are going to mind too much. Not like it's a close game here. But the ball gets in and it's the cleaner. He's cleaning up that offensive drive and it's PJ O'Donovan, number 42 with the ball. Bounce stop, ball goes up, 2 for Kings. And it's number 23 for Bears. That brings the ball up. Over to number 20. He'll try a long 2 there and gets it. And sorry to say this, but 5 minutes 50 left in the third quarter, and Bears have hit double figures. It's 54 Kings, 11 Bears. Tobin now with the drive forward, hits the top of the rim. Ball goes. Oh, it's a steal from Chris Nash. Chris Nash. There's a whistle blown. 14 black. It's a block on the shot, and it will go for 2 for Chris Nash. .33 left in this third quarter. And you've seen the elbow bounces now, rather than the high fives. Oh, he misses his second as well, and it's going to be a Bears ball, and he's looking for an outlet. I don't think he has one. That's the problem. So he's going to try and drive it, but the problem is he needs support. He gets support finally, and the pass is no good, unfortunately. So it will be a. Unfortunately, the whistle has gone, so he will need to pass it to the referee before he gets the ball inbounded. He does. It's PJ to Tom Tobin. Tobin now over to Liam Barker, over to Chris Nash, and he finally breaks his duck. Finally breaks his duck. And some sarcastic cheers from the Kings bench on breaking that duck. How many bricks were that though from Chris Nash? That's unusual for him. 56-11 now the score. 5 minutes on the nose, time-wise. And there's number 20 with the ball, and he's looking for an outlet here. This high line from Kings is impressive to say the least today. And he's lost the ball. It goes to Chris Nash, 55, and George Gray now with the charge over to Tobin. Tobin with the reverse finger roll. Perhaps he should have taken the shot regularly. The ball goes in now, and it's number 20 for the Bears. He's had a phenomenal game so far. He's trying his hardest to break down his Kings defence and just cannot do so. He's getting a little frustration as well. Number 12, it's a long throw over to 23. 23 doesn't get the pass, but it is collected by number 22 from the Bears. Reece Barker's trying to get the ball off. Liam Barker's trying to get the ball off him. Number 5, that goes off court. The ball comes off my knee and goes to number 5, to Liam Barker, who will be inbounding the ball. And 5-0. Something was said between the supporter and one of the players.
Absolutely positive. No, that's fine. Just you shouldn't be videoing if you're not part of the teams. So it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, you shouldn't be being live streamed.
I've just caught him videoing and he's not part of either team. So I've had to suggest to him that he takes it off his phone. Sorry to make a fuss, but we've got juniors on court, and I can't.
I completely agree. 1 second, a second.
It's just gone that way. I've asked him to remove it. He says he has, but.
Guys, we have had to stop play. We had somebody trying to film the game here. We've got juniors on the court, so it's a safeguarding issue. We are going to get that resolved as soon as possible. We will be back. We'll just throw something up on the screen in the meantime. Okay, to keep everybody posted on that, the teams will be coming back out now. 4 minutes 2 on the clock, 56-11 is the score. We had a safeguarding issue there where we had a supporter filming without permission the game. There are juniors on court, so we obviously want to make sure that they are covered. It's going to be 2 shots now to the Kings. And PJ gets his first. And that was nearly a 3-point play there. They couldn't quite the ball in, but they've recovered the ball. PJ Jonathan swiping across the players now. And a bit of action here in this corner. We've got now number 42 across to number 5, Liam Barker. There's a drive forward. The intensity of the game has picked up slightly. Oh! And that is why this is an action-packed sport. I couldn't quite see what happened there. I think he caught the chair wheel and went flying. So whistle has blown as Faith Barker, the photographer, has just gone past. Say hello, Faith. And the shot was being made, so it will be 2 shots to George Gray, the cleaner as we call him. And it's unsportsmanlike as well, so it's uncontested free throws. He gets the first one in. Hits the rim on the second. It will be a King's ball. It's another unsportsmanlike foul. Ball goes into Tom Tobin with a 3, hits the rim, goes back to the cleaner, George Gray. And the cleaner bounces around the rim, doesn't drop, goes to number 20 from Bears, hits the head of number 23, comes back to Tom Tobin. Kings applying the pressure, goes to Chris Nash. That's a 60-point game. If you're interested in team fouls, it's 2 apiece. And we've got a player down here. You have to admit, every time you see Kings and Bears play each other, it's always action-packed. And they're asking again for the, it's right by the scoreboard, which is why we haven't moved the camera. Both teams have been asked to return to their benches, so it's another referee timeout. Like I'm saying, it's always an action-packed game every time you see the Bears and the Kings in action. Great history between these 2 clubs. In fact, Bears are one of my favourite competitors to play against. Very friendly bunch of players, always action-packed, always give everybody on the Bears and the Kings always give 100%, and they're always a joy to watch. But as we work out this timeout from the referee, we thank you for joining us here. Everybody at Thames Valley Kings are proud to be able to bring you top quality wheelchair basketball from the British Wheelchair Basketball National League, and the Kings would like to also thank following for their continuing support. It means a lot to us for you guys to support us, whether that's in the media or whether that's actually working with our players. So we are midway through the 3rd quarter here. 3:14 pie on the clock. 3:14 on the clock. It's a pie joke. I'm sorry, my dad jokes will dry up. 60-11 so far in the third. It will be a Bears bringing the ball in to number 22 over to number 23 in this third quarter. Kings going off their high line for a moment, onto their zonal defence. It's number 14 for Bears with the ball. Ball goes to number 20. He'll do a long two. He'll get those in most of the day, but unfortunately that one doesn't drop for him. Number 5 with the ball there for Kings. It's Liam Barker over to George Gray, number 2. And he gets the number 2 to his collection. If you're interested in team fouls, it's 2 apiece in this third quarter. As number 21 goes for a long 2, long 3, goes to Tom Tobin with the rebound. Tobin brings the ball out. He's lost the ball, number 22 over to number 20. Tobin is chasing back on his mistake. Number 20 will try and take the shot. I imagine he does. Gets it off, hits the rim, goes to Chris Nash, number 55. Number 5, Liam Barker now goes across to him. Do apologise for this, but Tom Tobin won't, as the ball drops for another 2. I have the scoreboard over the camera for Dad, the lovable Ren, who is our cameraman for this second game. So it's 23 over to 22. They're working, and he's unfortunately, I think she was trying to go for a pick and misaligned it and hit her own player. It happens, and we got a man down again as Coach Grant Barker runs in to pick the pieces up. As 23 goes across to 22. You've got to wonder how much time is left on the shot clock here for Bears. You're going to want to probably get a shot up in the next few seconds. William Barker picks up the loose ball over to George Gray. It's a fantastic pass. It was a blind pass. And unfortunately, he gets blocked off, and it will be 2 on the line. Foul on 22 for Bears. And it's George Gray now with. He's going to have a chance to get another 2. Hits the rim, comes down. Fortunately, he'll want the second one. Got to remind these players to stop high-fiving. Hits the rim, comes down, but the ball is picked up by number 20. He's looking for an outlet. He finds one in number 23, but he's going to need to find an outlet now. It goes to 22. Across to 12. They get over the halfway line, 48 seconds. Cool. Liam Barker, he's like an octopus today. He's actually found the loose ball again. Backwards pass to number 2, and that's just phenomenal from that guy. And 55 seconds left. Kings extend their lead now to 55 points. And the ball is lost again by Bears, picked up by Nash, who gets it across. 2. Whistle has gone. And you can't say that this isn't an explosive match because we've now lost a player with a tyre.
Really?
Wheelie, indeed, his tyre is gone. And King's offering him a tyre of their own so they can continue the game.
Well, we haven't had one go for a while.
We haven't had one go for a while. You're quite right there, Dad. It's going to be an inline ball in a minute over to the Bears. 22 over to 23. This is an action-packed game that just doesn't stop. Ball goes in, the ball goes to Tobin, who gets that long ball over to Mr. Cleaner. Kings on a 70-point game. There's 7 seconds left on this third quarter. Very eventful third quarter. We've had everything happen. Tyres pop in, safeguarding issues. And well, that's the end of the third. And one more quarter to go. And I need to lie down after that one. We're going to come back in a couple of minutes. And again, Kings thank following organisations for their continuing support. The fundamental coach, Chris, hopefully he's watching it on the live stream. If he's not, we're going to be having words. He works exclusively with our Division 1 team on fitness and mental health, which is fantastic. Also to the Wokingham paper and the Newbury Weekly News, who are covering the Thames Valley Kings season in great detail inside their papers. We do appreciate their continuing support. Also to Kennet Radio, it's just kicked off. If you're in the Newbury Thatcham area, listen to 106.7 Saturday Sport with my friend Steve. Hopefully he's enjoying this live stream as well in the studio. Hopefully he'll give us a shout out on the radio there in the Newbury Thatcham area. And also to Berkshire Community Foundation, who do phenomenal work allowing us to buy chairs and to support us throughout the years that we've been running as a full-blown wheelchair basketball team. One of the things that I will say about the Berkshire Community Foundation, they work exclusively hard, not just for local sports clubs, but also for local community-run organisations that are looking continuously for support. So we thank them for their hard work as well. As we go into the fourth quarter here, it's Kings with a 59-point lead against the Bears' second team. Liam Barker has just wheeled off court. I don't know what's going on there. I think he needs the loo. Hopefully he hasn't picked up an injury in this match. We really do hope you will join us if we do win Division 1 South. We will have home advantage in the playoffs if they take part because of the COVID-19. We hope this isn't the last game we bring you this season. But with multiple sporting events being cancelled, there is a potential for that to happen. Anyway, it's 33 from Bears across to number 23. Ball bounced off the ring over to Tom Tobin, who charges up court like a stallion. And he gets it over to 42, PJ Donovan, who finishes the ball. And thank you very much. Lead now extending to 51 points. Sorry, 61 points. I should go back to school and learn my mathematics. Bears coming out here today fighting, have to admire their spirit. The long two goes in from them. And hopefully that's not the last point they'll score of this game. You know, we want a bit of a fight back. They want a challenge. And Reece Barker with the ball goes over to Tom Tobin. Tom Tobin going backwards, hits the ball against the rim, goes to number 12 in Bears. Ball goes up, number 12 to number 33 to 20 to 14. They've broken that. Brilliant 8-second pass, but PJ Donovan picks up the ball. It's a loose one. It goes to Reece Barker, who twiddles around. The players hits the rim, doesn't get the ball in the basket to extend King's lead, goes to number 20. He's been the workhorse of this Bears team today. But then again, they've all been working incredibly hard. Number 33 loses the ball with that pass. Unfortunately, it goes back to Tom Tobin. Tom Tobin now with the ball to hook pass over to Adele Atkins. By number 1, the queen of the court, passes it across the ring. Barker, who gets the 2 to extend King's lead even further. Number 20 here with the ball. He's surveying his options. Goes over to number 14. She had a quick look, but opted to go for the shot. Couldn't get it off, and it goes back to the Kings players. Number 17 picking up the ball. Reese Barker. Barker and Tobin both have had a phenomenal game. So has this lady, the queen of the court herself, Adele Atkin. And this team, they really should change their name to the Fighting Bears because they haven't given up all day. And he will attempt a long two and gets it. The scoreline is not doing this Bears team a justice. They are fighting constantly throughout this game, and we admire the fact that their heads have not dropped at all. As the ball goes to PJ O'Donovan, who misses his layup from Tom Tobin, goes to Reese Barker, who misses his layup. Adele Atkins has got the ball now, passes the long ball in, but it's lost to number 20 on the Bears. They're continuing the game here. It's a 61-point game, but don't let the scoreline judge off. It's some fantastic ball work and passing that's going on between the Bears here. And it's number 12 with the ball, the 33. Ball goes up, hits the ring, comes down to number 17. Goes to number 55, hits the ring, comes down. It's picked up by number 23 from the Bears. And Kings applying that high-line pressure. You know, the 8-second call must be coming soon. If it won't do the next second, they get it over just. Goes from 14 to 33 for the Bears. The head goes up. It's going to be a Bears ball. It's a long two, but nothing comes of it. Goes straight into the arms of Reese Barker now. And he charges up quicker than a stallion as well. Passes the ball off to PJ O'Donovan. I think they're expecting the shot. PJ hits the ring, comes down. Reese hits the ring and comes down with his shot. He'll try again. And he's right after the basket. And there's the 3-second call. It's going to be a sub now. As Joseph Humphreys comes on the court for Kings. And the ball bounces out, unfortunately. It's a bad pass. And Mr. Humphreys joins the play. And he got a man straight on the pass. A lot of intensity to this Kings game right now. The ball goes to Reese Barker. And you got to wonder what he's going to do with the ball here. I think he was trying to use Adele as a screenshot, but doesn't need her in the end. And grabs the two. It's 78 points to 15. There's 5 minutes on the nose and no fouls so far in this quarter. Very impressive game coming up, and it's a travelling call as another sub comes on to the Bears. And it's going to be brought in by Chris Nash. And Tom Tobin now, bring the ball up, court. There's a drive in there from Reese Barker, and misses a two. Fails with a chance of making an 80-point game. Ball comes bouncing down for 33. She finds an opening with number 14. She's in the paint. Oh! As she comes out of a chair. So, 78-15. 4 minutes 13 left on the clock, if anybody was interested. I think that might have been the first foul. Go under the shoulder, that's it. She's out and thing. It's going to be a King's ball. Unfortunately, it wasn't a foul. I thought it was originally. Still no fouls in this quarter. It's probably the cleanest quarter we've had all afternoon. And I'm talking about the 8 quarters across the 2 games. As Tobin now charges up the court, goes to Reese Barker, and the ball goes off and is going to be a Bears ball. Ball goes a long throw from 23 to 20. He's surveying his options, but he's probably going to go for the shot and does. Hits the ring, comes down to Tom Tobin. Tom Tobin with the ball now. Across to Chris Nash. Chris Nash over to Reese Barker. Reese Barker now to Joe Humphreys. His first chance of getting some points on the board. And drops it. Kings now on an 80-point game. 3 minutes 25 left in this game. Shot goes up, hits the rim, comes down to Tom Tobin. And Joe gets his second. Line up with the ball. 82-15 now. Shot goes up, unfortunately doesn't hit his mark. Tobin now takes the shot, extends Kings leads further. 84-15 here. Going to be King's ball again, unfortunately, after that. Passes a little bit off key today from the Bears. But it's going to be King's ball again. Oh, it's off ball to Tobin. Tobin to Adele. Adele takes the shot, misses. She goes to get the ball out to Reese Barker, who manages to get the ball back. And he adds to his tally. It's now 86-15. With 1:52 left on the clock. And that now takes us to a 100-point game for both teams. It's 101 points scored by both teams today. I think some of this is luck. I don't think some of the balls are actually dropping. It should be dropping for Bears. And we now have, that's Joe Humphreys with another 2. And we also had a great play there from 3 players to set him up. Fantastic game of basketball here. The scores really don't do it justice as a timeout is called by the Bears. So 1 minute 20 left on the clock. The Bears have had 2 timeouts and Kings haven't had any so far. We're looking at potentially a 90-point game here for the Kings, which could be the highest scoring game so far this season. So as Bears come out of the court, they didn't do a shout out. The ball will come in at number 23.
Dashing bloke.
He's a very attractive young man, may I add.
I wouldn't go with a young.
Okay, ball in.
So that's 23 over to 22. And they're wondering what they're going to do here. Ball's moving around nicely for the Bears at the moment. 14 takes the long shot and goes in. Fantastic long range too. So if you're keeping track of team fouls, the reason we're not showing it is because there hasn't been any in this quarter. Adele with the shot for Kings. Misses the first time, gets it the second time, and that is a 90-point game. That is a 90-point game there for Kings. And you have to wonder now, could they make it 100? There's only 52 seconds left. It's going to take something special for that to happen. 48 seconds left on the clock. Bears with the ball, 23 to 20, just on the outside of the quarter. And he'll probably try a long two. He's looking around for his options. You might think he might get a 3 there, but unfortunately the shot clock had run out. 28.4 on the clock. So 22 seconds left on the clock. It's Reece Barker with the ball. Goes across. Joe Humphreys picks up the loose ball. Goes back over to Reece Barker, but he's picked up by 33. Unfortunately, Chris Nash gets in the way and manages to pick the ball up. There's 7 seconds left. It's a long ball over to Chris. Doesn't hit it. It's 2.7 left on the clock. And it's a timeout called with 2.7 seconds left by the coach of the Bears. Is it a case they don't want this game to end, or is it a case they just want to annoy the Kings? I don't know, but all in good humour here. All in good humour. Then again, you have got 3 timeouts and Bears have used all 3, so, you know, if you've got timeouts, you might as well use them. What more can I say? Apart from I probably need another new word to my vocabulary. Today's word, by the way, is slapperknocker. As the game comes out, 2.7 seconds left on the clock.
I've always wanted to do that. A bit further down.
Yeah.
I'm treating him.
Come on, give us a hug.
That's definitely not the idea.
Take the 3, take the 3. 3-point suicida! And that's the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 impressive wins here today from the Thames Valley Kings, but we thank the Warwickshire Bears for a fantastic competition. The problem is everybody's now doing fist bumps, elbow bumps. You know, it's been fantastic. Thank you for joining us if you have been joining through the stream. Kings now a perfect 10, but she wears a 12. As the song goes, from the beautiful South.
Before my time, Pete. Before
your time, Dad. And I expect Kings will be looking for that perfect 12. So on behalf of the Thames Valley Kings, just to let you know what the remaining fixtures for this Division 1 team is going to be. Not that I don't think any of them are probably going to happen, but it's one of those never say never situations, especially with British wheelchair basketball. So this is off. I will wait. We will wait for the cheers before we do it. Talk about the remaining fixtures if they occur. Obviously, COVID-19 is the main feature in the world. Final score here: Kings 90, Bears 17. The top three teams before today were all equal on 18 points. Kings have Aces at home potentially next Saturday if it doesn't get postponed, followed by Jaguars away. Whereas Jaguars have two home games against the CWBA, 2, and the Kings at home on the 28th and the 18th of April, respectively. Plus, the Aces have their final game of the season against Aces at home. Titans have their final game of the season against Aces at home on the 12th of April. So, on behalf of myself, PD from Ren, who did the Division 1 camera work. Stellarly, may I add. And also for Harry Mark for doing the Division 3 game. We thank you for joining this live stream and we hope to see you again soon. And from everybody at Thames Valley Kings, we thank you and good night.
Something is happening in the UK at the moment. More and more people are getting obese, and that number is only going one way. The number of people with various mental disorders is on the rise. I'm seeing more and more people walk through my door, not looking forward to the next day in their lives. I want to buck the trend, and I truly believe that therapy size could be the missing piece in your jigsaw of life. When you want to sort out your body, you go and see a PT or fitness professional. When you want to sort out your head, you might go and see a therapist or a psychologist. Well, I'm telling you now, you can do both at the same time and under one roof. And that roof is therapy size. There is no one size fits all when it comes to the most important project you're ever going to work on. That project is you. It deserves your full attention. Affirmations, meditation, mindfulness, cognitive priming, flexibility, strength training, boxing, conditioning. I'm pretty sure I have the right tools that are perfect for you. I've had clients lose the amount of weight that's in this dumbbell, but the key is finding out what you actually want and then together devising a plan of action. All coaching is done here at the Hub or online at home. It really is up to you. You decide.